So in a teacher-led environment, most of the content, the curriculum, the pacing of what needs to be done, when and how, it comes from the teacher. It comes from the adult in the classroom. In a learner-led environment, every morning learners are setting goals about what they're going to do that day. But those daily goals are tied into their own overarching goals for a year or longer. Where do they want to be at the end of a middle school or high school experience? How can they take that long-term goal and break it down into monthly goals, weekly goals? That's hard work, but that's part of what we as guides do in this space, is help learners think through their long-term goals as they're setting daily goals, and then helping them evaluate, hey, if you keep doing this thing every day, are you going to meet your long-term goals or not? What would you need to change or add or subtract from your current goals to get where you want to be? The benefit of having learners set daily goals and be in charge of their own pace is that they're not reliant on someone else to push them along through grades or curriculum. They're not trying to keep up with the rest of the class or being held back by the rest of the class. They're where they want to be or where they're choosing to be. The role of the educator is just to continually, with our check-ins, hold up a mirror and say, hey, at this pace, you're going to finish right on time, or you're actually going to be ahead. You're going to finish your work ahead of schedule. Or maybe at this pace, you're going to finish a little bit behind. And we don't judge that. We don't judge their pace. We just ask the question, are you where you want to be? If you're not, how do you want to get to where you want to be? And we help them think through the process of setting goals that will get them on the pacing that they want to be at.
We give heroes a badge plan or some type of end goal in mind, but it gives them the opportunity to get there as they need to or as they are able to. So if one hero is great in language but struggles in math, they have the opportunity to take that time to really learn deeply those things that they may be having trouble in. Where vice versa, if you have a hero who's flying in math and really understands the concept, they can continue to go on and move as quickly as they need to.
Self-paced learning looks like a child practicing something over and over again, or trying new things, or not really wanting to practice it and saying, forget it, I don't want to do that. But then they'll come back to it later, realizing, maybe I do need to know that. And they sort of figure it out in their own time. You just sort of guide them that way. They eventually will keep doing it, and they will overcome it, and they will achieve and master what they were set out to do.
A couple people set the pace, mainly the heroes. And along with that, the parents set the pace. But also to the guide. As guides, we give timelines, right, for things. And they also too have the choice to either follow that timeline or to not follow that timeline, or to recreate and restructure that timeline. So really in this environment, the heroes, their parents, the guides are all in charge of setting the pace.
Being at your own pace in the self-directed learning environment means that at any given time, there will be peers of mine that are getting ready to transition to the next level early. So what that looks like in the middle school, we had a handful of learners finish middle school half a year early. So they went into high school earlier than they wanted to because they were at their own pace and they made the choices to finish their work early. We'll also have middle schoolers who will stay in middle school a little bit longer than their peers because they're making the choice to work a little bit slower, either intentionally. They want to take more time to delve into content, fix gaps that they feel like they've inherited from previous years, explore projects they want to take a little more time on, or unintentionally, they've not been setting goals that are going to get them finished on time, or they've decided to not concentrate during work times. And that's a conversation we have continuously with learners, with parents. Everybody's on board with. Everyone knows where a learner is at any given time. What we do is just help them think critically about what's next.